Good morning. All right, so I'm in week 4 of my football time version 4, Big Country Football League, 1948. This is the prototype book of the Time Sports book that's coming out with 5 sports in one book. This is a football time version that has never been seen before. Anyway, I have just completed week 3, about to start week 4, and the first matchup of week 4 features Grand Bay at Fort Jefferson. Grand Bay is 2-1, and Fort Jefferson comes in 3-0. Fort Jefferson, let's see here. Fort Jefferson won their first game of the year at home, 20-17 over Central City. Central City with the ultimately overall better team. Grand Bay on the road won 19-13, so they both started their careers undefeated, or 1-0. Let's get on to week 2. And in week 2, Grand Bay Grand Bay got hammered by Unionville 23-6 at home as Unionville steamrolled them. Unionville at 2-0 at that point. Let's take a look at Fort Jefferson. Fort Jefferson hosted Newburgh and won 24-6, going to 2-0. And we go into week 3 for that final. And Fort Jefferson on the road won 24-3. So back-to-back weeks, Jefferson scored 24 and given up less than 7. What's amazing about that is Fort Jefferson's defense is a D-rated defense, but their offense is a B-rated offense. And this can be explained by their offense controlling the ball. Again, when you play a game that's possession-based, we're looking for a narrative. Fort Jefferson must be controlling the ball and keeping it out of the hands of the other team. They have a B offense and a D defense, so that's the only way to view it. And Fort Jefferson's averaging 23 points a game. That's going. That would be, even in modern football, about a 53% winning percentage, so that's not bad for 1948. And Grand Bay, of course, as I just said, got hammered. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Grand Bay, they won 14-10 over Central City. So again, Central City, with basically one of the better teams in the game, cannot seem to get off the snide. They're 0-3. So Grand Bay, at 2-1, winning on the road against Central City, comes in to our 3-0 Fort Jefferson defenders. Grand Bay is a big city team. They feature a family-owned, C-rated owner. Their management is C-rated, their coach is C-rated, their offense C-rated, and their defense C-rated. So Grand Bay is quite literally average. Fort Jefferson features small town. Ownership is cheap. They're a D owner. Their management, though, is B. Their coach favors offense. He's AD. And therefore, when I created the coach, we ended up with an offensive coach of B and a defensive coach of D. And there you have it. And we're at War Memorial Field for this game. So let's get our matchups. Remember, this uses D6 only. Use a matchup chart to determine the ratings for the game. And then we roll per possession. So the Grays come in with a C offense versus a D defense. C versus D is C. So Grand Bay is going to be at C. Fort Jefferson is a B versus C. So Fort Jefferson B versus C is B. So Fort Jefferson maintains that edge on offense, which has helped them grow to an undefeated team here in this first season of the Big Country Football League, 1948. All right, now that we've determined the ratings, Fort Jefferson gets the ball to start. We're looking at the B column. 4 is a touchdown, and it's a touchdown pass. So Fort Jefferson goes right down the field, driving, throws a touchdown pass to take an early lead. The fans here excited. Grand Bay in the C column is going to miss a field goal on their opening drive. So they drive down the field and miss a field goal. Fort Jefferson is going to punt. So far, it's been a touchdown pass. And Grand Bay, Grand Bay drives down and gets that field goal they couldn't get earlier. Either way, it's only 3-7. Fort Jefferson undefeated at home, up by 4 going into the second quarter. Fort Jefferson gets the ball in the second quarter, goes down and kicks a field goal, adding to their lead. Grand Bay must do something here. They need a 5. No, they're going to turn it over, and it's going to be an interception. So Fort Jefferson's defense, although rated a D, Grand Bay, feeling the pressure like they must put the ball in the air more, ends up throwing a bad pass. Wow, and Fort Jefferson's going to add 3 more again. So Fort Jefferson now at home, just making sure there's no chance of a comeback. Grand Bay needs a touchdown, and they're going to unfortunately drive down and miss another field goal. So Grand Bay stymied here in the first by again, we talked about how Fort Jefferson's had 2 games where they've given up less than 7. They're on the pace here to win this 13-3. They're on pace to give up less than 7 here again. It's got to be ball control for that B-rated defense or offense. All right, Grand Bay gets the ball to start the third quarter. What will Grand Bay do? Oh, Grand Bay finally drives down and adds to that. So now they're only down by a touchdown. If they can just hold Fort Jefferson offense back. No, Fort Jefferson's going to score on a run touchdown. So they drive down, punch it in from close range. And the fans here at Fort Jefferson War Memorial Stadium on their feet. Oh, we're going to get another field goal. So Grand Bay's trying. They've been kicking a lot of field goals. And Fort Jefferson's going to score another field goal to wrap up the third quarter. So Fort Jefferson will score 10 in this quarter. And 6 for Grand Bay. So 9 to 20. Let's see here. 17, 23. 9 to 23 going into the fourth. Fort Jefferson scored 23 plus points 3 games in a row. This is pretty, and again, that would win you about 54% of your games in modern football. So Grand Bay, here, Grand Bay with the ball. Here we go. We're looking at the C chart. Oh, they're finally going to get a touchdown. It's a run touchdown. So Grand Bay drives down, punches it in, threatening Fort Jefferson. But Fort Jefferson's going to tack on a running touchdown of their own. And things are starting to get out of hand as Fort Jefferson's trying to hit 30-plus mark. And Grand Bay's going to score another touchdown. This one a pass. And the fourth quarter exploding into points for the fans here. Oh, and 3 more for Fort Jefferson. So Fort Jefferson's going to score 10 again. And 14 for Grand Bay. And that 14 is brilliant, but not going to be enough. 23 points. So finally, that D-rated defense of Fort Jefferson showed up and hurt them. However, 13, 23, 33 points for Fort Jefferson. And they're going to go to 4-0, and Grand Bay topples to 2-2. And there you have it, folks. That is Football Time version 4. This version is in the Time Sports book that's coming out. And what a fourth quarter. 24 points scored in the fourth as the fans get to enjoy that game going away. There we have it. And next up will be Paradise City at Newburgh, and I will play that game off the record. So again, I make my teams, and I write them on index cards. I write all their changeable ratings in pencil, so at the end of the season, when there's changes to the team, I can erase it and put in a new number. And there you have it. What doesn't change is the big city. What doesn't change is their ownership. But their management changes, their coach can change, their offense and defense can change, and of course their stadium doesn't change. And that's what I do. And there it is, folks. Thanks for watching. Good day.